And I said, well, these guys just arrested me. He said, arrested you for what? And I said, disorderly conduct. What did you do? I said, well, I stood up and tried to defend free speech. Well, he said, you go home. I'll take care of these guys. And the officer said, we need to fingerprint them and book them. And they're not fingerprinting, booking anybody. He said, go home. So I went home. Well, little did I know that this particular evening, this whole event was being televised. It was being televised. My wife, when I finally got in the car and went home, my cell phone is ringing, and it's my wife. And she said, have you gone stark raving mad? She said, you were arrested. It was on television. It's going to be on the 11 o'clock news. It's all over the place. My phone is ringing off the hook. And I said, Bree, I got to go. I got all waiting on my cell phone. Somebody else is calling. So anyway, to make a long story short, that evening was really a turning point, an epiphany for me in my life. And incidentally, just to fast forward a little bit, and they say it was just a coincidence, incidentally. When I filed a lawsuit for freedom of speech violation against the county, 2 hours later, the county came out with a statement that said they had just changed all their rules. Now you can speak as long as you want. So, I mean, this is unbelievable. When we got to court, they dropped all the charges. You know, they didn't want to go forward because it was on the front page of the paper the next day. All the talk shows. I had African Americans calling me, telling me, now you know what it feels like to be black in Chesterfield County and go to a public meeting. I said, now I know what it's like to be white and go to So that moment, you know, as a result of that, standing up for what we believe in. That's what I'm saying to you. For standing up for what we believe in. If we do that, and we do that to the person, we can change this country. There's no question in my mind about it. We don't have to lie down in the streets. We don't have to chain ourselves together. All we have to do is make our voices known in those public meeting places, right down to the Board of Education. We need to be there, and we need to speak up for what we believe in and what we know is right and what we know is true. Now, in Chowan County, I'm going to fast forward. I end up moving down to Eatonton. Didn't want to get in politics. We bought a beautiful home, antebellum home in the historic district. I'm going to rock away and drink iced tea, now especially after what just happened to me weeks before. I'm not going anywhere near politics. But you never know what's going to happen. The Republicans came to me and said, would you be interested in running for Republican Party chairman? I said, no. Well, just come to a meeting. You know the rest of the story. Then they told me that we could never elect any Republicans in Chowan County. In fact, we never had. Now, we control the county commission. We've got the chairman of the county commission is a Republican. We've got 2 Democrats that are converts who have come over. You know, we're in big trouble in Chowan financially, fiscally. We've got a full slate of candidates running as Republicans, all the way down to dog catcher. People are coming out of the woods. And the reason for that is not me, but it's the reason for it is that I convinced others